All right, you're welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. In our previous video, we looked at Module 2, the topic File Management Basics, and we specifically look at the following. Number one, creating new workbook from scratch and from templates. We also looked at how to save files in different formats, such as saving in Excel format, saving in CSV, meaning command separated values, saving in PDF, that is converting your Excel to PDF, so on and so forth. We also look at the meaning of file extension and the various file extensions that are compatible with Microsoft Office Excel. They also look at how to open recently used workbook. We also look at how to open recently used workbook. Then we also look at how to protect your worksheet and your workbook from being altered, how to protect them from being altered, from being edited, so that they remain permanent the way you want them to be. So previously we looked at all those ones. So today we are going to look at Module 3 on the topic entry and managing data. Entry and managing data. Please, before we do that, don't forget to subscribe, check the comment section, and the link to the previous video is there. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. All right, so let's look at today's topic, Module 3, entering and managing data. So today we shall be looking at specifically typing and editing data in Excel, using autofill to extend patterns, clearing content, formatting and making comments in your worksheet. We also look at drag and drop to move data. All right, so let's look at this one specifically. Fasten your seatbelt as we take a dive into it. All right, so let's look at the first item we have on board, typing and editing data in a cell. To type and edit data in a cell is as straightforward as just clicking the cell where you want the content to be and you type. So I'm going to type from Sunday to Saturday. So let me go this way. Monday, Tuesday. Now that can take me some time to type, right? So what I can do to make it faster or quicker is I will highlight these two cells because the difference between Monday and Tuesday is just a day. So Excel is taking note of the pattern. Excel is taking note. So I'm just using that one to talk about this step too. Excel is already taking note of the pattern. So if I drag from this P handle here, if I drag from here down, Excel is going to follow the number or the days of the week. You see it here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to follow the day of the week like that while creating it. So Excel is designed to follow pattern like that. So you can see there. So I have filled this one with a particular pattern from Monday down to Saturday or Sunday, as the case may be. So that is how you type data. Now, if you notice, these values here, they are aligned to the left of the cell. That is text. We're talking about text. But if it is numerical data, by default, numbers, they align to the right of the cell. They align to the right of the cell, while alphabet align to the left of the cell. So if you want to make this one centralized, you highlight them, come to your format here. This is the area that will enable you to align your text. This group here, you can see this group is called the alignment. So if I click this middle one, it moves the text to the middle. If I take this one, it moves them up. So all these 6 you have here, you use them to align your values within the cell. So that is how you type and edit data in a cell. Now, this one here, if there's anything wrong with it and I want to edit it, you can just double click in there and you enter any value you want to enter in it. I have edited that one. You can double click on it, edit the value, double click on it, and you remove anything you want to remove. Or you can do that using this area here is called the formula bar. You can see the tip here. So rest your mouse button, they're going to show you the name of that bar. That is the formula bar. You can see it showing on your screen the formula bar here. All right, that is the name of this bar. So anything you do here is going to reflect here. So if I change anything from here, see the way it's reflecting here. So that is how you edit your data. Now another one is, this is numerical value. At times you may want to type some set of numbers, big values with decimal points, percentages, and things like that. So let's say I have 600 here, 700. So let me just drag down here like this. And I want this place to show decimal places. You can see these two commands here. With this one, you can increase the decimal places. You can see there are 2 digits after the dot. So because there are 2 digits here, we call it 2 decimal places. If it's 3, it's 3 decimal places. If it is 4, 4 decimal places, so on and so forth. I can reduce it if I want to. If I want to insert command there, I can put command here. See there. Now this is 1000, 100, 1000. So you don't need to manually type the command to separate the digit. There's a command you click here and it is done automatically. So this is accounting value, talking about monetary value used in accounting. If I need more of this, I will come to this launch box here, or launch button. You click on it, it takes me to this very window. If I choose number tab, choose number here, it's going to remove everything and makes it a normal numerical value for me. If I go back there again, number, choose number here. In this case now, I can now add decimal places I want. If I want more, I can also do it from here. All right, I can also do it from here. If I want separator, the use of comma, I can choose it here and click OK. It will be applied for me. I can go back there again. Currency, here I talk about money. The currency symbol you want. So let me reduce the decimal places to 2. Currency symbol you want, you can click there and choose different currency. There are different currency here. So let me look for Igbo to get the Naira sign. You click OK. See it here. Different currency you can get from there. So let's say this very column, this with let's say date. Let's say date. I want to type date here. And let's say here, can come to date and choose different date format. This date format here is United States. If you want America date format, US, UK date format. If you want UK date format, you can scroll and look for UK, English, United Kingdom, choose. So this one gives you the date format. So this one is the day of the month, this is the month and the year. You have short date and long date. So you choose which of them you want. This is long date and this is short date. The same thing applies to time. You have short time and long time. You choose the format of the time that you want and it is applied for you. You can see there. So let me say today is 7th of 12th, 2025. All right, you can see there. That is the format I chose. And drag it down. It gives you different dates. This 7, 8, 9, and all that. If I want to change the date format, just highlight all the cells. Come to this launch button, and maybe you want a different date format. You can choose any of the format you want here, and it's applied like that. If you want in American standard, you go back there, choose United States, as we saw earlier. I choose United States. Let's say United States here, and in the United States, it's going to be the day, the month, followed by the day of the month. But the British date format is the day of the month before the month. In America, it is the month first before the day of the month. So you take note of that. All right, take note of that. So that's how to type and edit cells, values in a cell. I can make all these ones bold, highlight them, make them bold if you want to, italicize them, underline them, just double underline, any of them you want. If you want to change the font color, you are free to change to any font color that you want. I change the font color, can increase the font size, can decrease the font size, can choose any font style that you want to use. They are all there for you to use. If I want to change the direction of this text, I can come to this place here. You come to this place, choose any direction, it's applied. I click here, the direction, if you change direction, see the way it's reading, you can change the direction to the one you want. So that is that. Then number 2, using autofill to extend pattern, using autofill. So let me go through that one again, autofill. So let's say I have a set of number 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. You can see difference between these numbers. This number 1 and 2, there's a difference of 1. 2 and 3, there's a difference of 1. So if I want this one to continue in a series, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth, to a particular number, there are several ways I can do that. I can highlight all these cells, then drag it down. In this case, I wouldn't know where I'm going yet. So this is number 19. You can see 19 showing on display. So when you get to the number you want, you release your button and it gives you the number. So what about if I want up to 500, from 1 to 500? Will I be dragging it down like that? It takes some time. So what you do is this. Let me clear this. I can right click and say clear content. Let me clear everything. So I want to start from here. So let's say this serial number, and this is number 1, number 2, so on and so forth, right? Now what I will do now, I will start from number 1, just put 1 there, hit enter, go back there, click it there, come to this place, make sure you are under your home tab, you come to this place that says series. You click on series, then you say number 1, put number 1 here, to 500. I want it up to 500. Type 500 there. Should you want the numbers to be displayed horizontally or vertically? If it's horizontally, it means you want the numbers to appear like this. But I want them to appear from 1 vertically downward. So I will choose column. Number 1 to number 500, and you click OK. Everything will just appear like that. See, from 1 to 500. See how fast it could be. So that's how you can autofill in a pattern. Fill it in a pattern. That is that. Declaring content, format, and comment. So in this very case here, let me clear everything. You highlight it. You can now clear the content. You can say content here. So if I click on this place, it's going to remove everything inside. Then using drag and drop to move data. So this value I have here, whatever thing I have here now, I don't want it here. I want to move it from here to a different place. I can say Ctrl C, which is copy, and Ctrl V, which is paste. I can do it this way. Or if I want to use it drag and drop, you highlight everything there, drag, highlight, and rest the mouse button on the boundary, on the border, and you drag it to the new location. When you get there, you release your finger on the mouse, and the value is moved to a new location. Do Ctrl Z to go back. So that is how to do drag and drop. So far so good. Let me quickly run through them again. Previously, we looked at creating new workbook from scratch and from template. We look at saving files in different file format. We look at file extension. We also look at how to open recently used workbook. We also look at how to protect your workbook and your worksheet. We also look at how to hide and unhide a worksheet. Then currently today we've looked at typing and editing data in the cell, using autofill to extend pattern, clearing content, clearing format, and clearing comment. Then using drag and drop to move your data to a new location. So far so good. That is what we've done today. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell. So thank you very much. God bless you. Please share, comment, and like. See you again on our next video. Please don't forget the comment section. The link to the previous video is right there. Thank you. See you again.